So the first variation that we're going to talk about is called the seed stitch, and you can see a little sample of that right here. It's super easy. It's just an alternate of knit and purl stitches, very similar to what you'd see in a rib stitch, except it's alternated. So instead of getting vertical ribs, they're diagonal. So one of the keys to working this is to be able to recognize what a stitch looks like. And a great way to do that is to have a sample of stockinette stitch, which you can see right here. So we've got rib stitch on the bottom and stockinette through here. This is the right side of the work, or the outside, and you can see these are all knit stitches, which is what you see in the ribs on a rib stitch. If you flip to the wrong side of the work, these are all the purl stitches, or what you'll see between the ribs in a rib stitch, or in seed stitch, it's these little bumps. So when you're working a seed stitch, get all set up, then I can see that the first stitch of this row is a knit stitch, just like these in a rib. So I'm going to start this row by purling. And this is how we get that alternated look. Then you can see this is a purl bump. So we're going to knit this stitch. Again, purl and then knit. You'll do that all the way to the end of the row and then alternate for your next row. This is a really easy stitch that looks more expensive or more difficult, I would say, than it actually is. And it's a great way to learn how to recognize your stitches as you're moving into variations. So just get to the end of this row here. And then as we turn, you'll see that this is a knit stitch, so we ended on a knit stitch here, which looks like a purl stitch on this side. So we're going to start with a knit stitch in this row. And that's how you get the alternating bumps for seed stitch.